Hey everybody, welcome to the series that we're hosting here on the Mass. I'm trying to just give us some more information on why the Mass, what is it, and certain parts of it as well. So for this first little clip, I'm just going to give us a little intro, that kind of outside view of what the Mass is and why we do it. So basically, as we know as Christians, we're in the Easter season now as I'm recording this, and we just celebrated Easter Sunday, and for this week we have Easter celebration throughout the whole week. What are we celebrating in Easter is that Jesus died for us on Good Friday, and he rose on early in the morning on Sunday, on what was traditionally called the first day of the week. So Jesus rose early Sunday morning, the day after the Sabbath for the Jews, and that became the new Sabbath for the Christians. That became the day that they celebrated their liturgy. The Jews celebrated their Passover liturgy and different things in the temple and sacrifice and teachings at the synagogues. As Christians, we have moved this from the earliest days to Sunday. That's when we celebrate the Eucharist that Jesus gave us. We hear the Word, the Eucharist, and we come to worship God together. So we gather on Sundays very purposefully and meaningfully because it is the day that Jesus rose from the dead. That's what we're celebrating there in the liturgy, is his death and resurrection. And we're sacramentally entering into that mystery. Even just going back to the Ten Commandments in the Jewish law and all, God asked that the Sabbath be honored. That was one of the commandments. So we are fulfilling that commandment by celebrating the Eucharist together on Sundays, by honoring the Sabbath. We are showing our love for God, that God is first in our life, that we're putting him above all else. We're sacrificing other things in our life to be at church together, saying that God, we want to give you this time, it's important. We offer our lives to you here. We put you first. We worship our highest value and worth, what worship means. So we're going to come together to worship you at Mass, God. So we gather on Sundays as a community, and we gather sacramentally. So it's why it's important for us to be in person and not just watching it on TV, unless, of course, we're gravely sick or elderly or things like that. So we come in person sacramentally to encounter Jesus in word and sacrament, to worship God. We are offering our lives to him, putting him first together. Obviously, we're also receiving a lot, hopefully, too. Maybe there's a message that sticks out to us that we needed to hear for our week. We are being nourished by the word and sacrament, so we're receiving God's love in a very particular way through the word and sacrament. So if we're really open to that, we can really be fed and nourished and cleansed and renewed, refreshed at Mass. And just simply, we come here to encounter Jesus. So that's the whole Christian life, revolves around encountering Christ. This can happen in many different ways in our life, but the Eucharistic encounter is always like a primary place to encounter Jesus in our lives. We come to meet the Lord, to encounter him, to worship him, to be nourished and fed by him in word and sacrament. And this is what makes the Sabbath day holy, what keeps our week rightly ordered, and keeps God first in our lives, is by actively coming to participate in the liturgy each week.